Hi everyone. In this video, we will see two things. One is what is a Flask in Python and how to use Flask and Python to create a web application. Okay, let's go and see. So I have some, my own blog like flaskgk.blogspot.com. So if you have a chance, you can just visit it and go through the notes. So let me straight away take you to this blogspot.com, that is flaskgk.blogspot.com. Yes, here I have two things. So what is a Flask and how to use Flask and Python to create a web application. A Flask is a collection of libraries and modules that is used to write web applications. If you want to create web applications um, in a simple way, you have a framework called Flask in Python. It is developed in Python, of course, so you can consider it as a simple web framework. It is written in Python, as I said earlier, and it is found by Armin Ronacher. Okay, so what does Flask has? It has WSGI toolkit. Um, we call it as a workzoo. WSGI toolkit. You know WSGI. It is a web server gateway interface, and Jinja 2 template engine. I will let you know about this. So web server gateway interface WSGI. It is generally a standard for web application development. So it is like an interface between web server and your web application. Next, the toolkit, that is the workzoo toolkit, where it is used in Python, and it is used to implement the request and response objects. um, this is the base where we build the web application on the top of it. So that is the toolkit. And the Jinja 2, Jinja 2 is an engine which is used to render a web pages, like you have XSLT to render XML, like that. If you want to render, means you have to show something in the web page. You have to display some data or whatever content you have in the web page. So for that, this Jinja 2 template will be very helpful. Especially, we don't have to bother about all these things. WSGI, this toolkit, Jinja 2, everything comes as a bundle, comes as a package when you install this Flask. That is why many developers prefer Flask. It is very, very simple to use, and you don't have to bother about the lower level dependencies. That is the point here, right? And installation, you must have Python version 2.6 or higher. uh, Preferably if you have 3.3, the Flask dependencies works better, right? And so this is how you install. I hope you know about pip. Else I will put a video on pip sometime later. So it is a Python manager for Python, for installing the Python packages and modules from a pypi Python package index, right? So let me just you know uh, uh, type this command: pip install Flask. So as soon as you type this command, we can see the dependencies installation starts here. See, it is installing workzone toolkit, Jinja 2 template, right? So here I have a message like requirement already satisfied, because I have installed it already. Just to want to show you I did this. Okay, what else? Now let us start testing the Flask application with a simple code. Okay, so first thing is, uh, from Flask, import Flask, import Flask. So you can see I'm importing Flask, this Flask. I'm importing Flask from Flask. Okay, this capital letter Flask, capital letter F. This states like I'm importing a module. I'm importing a module from this library Flask, the small letter F. Okay, so I'm importing a module from a library, importing Flask module from library, right? Next, i'm creating a I'm creating a variable or an object to say to instantiate the memory for this. So Flask, again, Flask means module. I'm instantiating it underscore underscore name underscore underscore. So this underscore underscore name is the built-in attributes for any class, right, or module, built-in attribute. So this underscore underscore name will give you the current module name, and this Flask will create a constructor, or thus an instantiation. I'm instantiating it. I'm creating a memory. Okay. Next, at the rate or annotation app dot, there is a method called root. There is a method called root, and I have to give an URL. So I'm simply giving slash as an URL. Okay. Uh, Root is a method. Next, I have my own function, say def. I'm creating my own function. I'm defining a function, say gk underscore. Let me have my, that is Kartiban underscore func function. Sorry. Okay. I would just return something. Return. I'll copy my return function from here. I'll copy my return statement from here. Okay. So I am just returning Karthiban archive. This is a learning repo in the form of HTML tag. Okay. Right. Okay. Now I would just simply call a method app.run. I will tell you in detail about this run method and root method. Okay. So I'm just saving this. So now it's time to compile. I run my program. Python. My program name is test1.py. Okay, that's it. So all I have to do is I have to copy this link, and you have to just paste it over here, click enter. So whatever I have given inside the function is rendered in the web page. So this is a simple web application. All right. So I will give you a bit, elaborate description in this code. Like here I have given app. This app I can give any name. Like this is just a variable or Karthi. Okay, let me try now. Again, I will copy this, and simply I will paste over there, or you can have a refresh. Yeah, Karthiban archive. This is a learning repository. Yes. So what is that at the rate Karthi or at the rate app? So at the rate means, see, I have not made any call to this function Karthiban underscore funcs. Simply, I have this root method which will bind this URL, that is a slash, with this function Karthiban underscore function. So this binding is called as a routing. right? So at the rate, generally in Python, you give at the rate and you mentioned some label name, means it is a decorator. A decorator, generally we know, like you are adding some functionality without touching that particular function. The similar way happens here. I am just adding a functionality, I'm just binding the function with the function content without calling this function, right? So that is the purpose of decorator. And the root method will automatically bind this URL given. Let is here slash is the URL and the function definition, and it renders the content in the web page. Okay, I have given it here in my blogger in a detailed manner, right? See how Flask works and what the above code is doing. So Flask map HTTP request to the functions. So here I have mapped one URL path to one function, gk underscore function. So here my function is Karthiban underscore function. So it is mapping and binding it. So this process is called routing. And about the regarding this link, this is the local host link 127.0.0.1. This is the local host. Instead of this, we can also give local host. And the port is, see, everything has a port, right? Even Tomcat server or whatever it is, you have some port. So here the predefined port is 5000. It will listen to this port number. Okay, and this is the local development server, and we do not follow the same in case if we deploy the same application to the host machine. Since this is local host, you get everything as a bundle, right? So when you hit enter after, sorry, when you hit slash after this, it will start rendering the function name. Okay, so this is what happening behind the scene. And this is how you run a basic Flask web application using Python. Okay, so this is all about this is all I have for today's video. And one more thing is, like, you have app.run here, sorry, app.run here, karthi.run, right? So previously I have given like app.run, app.run. So this is the method to run application on the local development server, where app or karthi.root is to bind the URL with the function. So this is all I have for you today. I'm signing off. Thank you.